Bryn here again, and welcome to another video. As promised, I said if enough people requested me to do a VHS video game collection video, I said I would do it. So, without further ado, let's get into this. I'm going to save the comic books for a different video, but I figured since the VHSs and the video games are quite literally next to each other and just kind of fused together, I figured I'd show them all in one video. Cinderella, and then this magazine, which I showed in a previous video. It's naughty. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Very dusty. I had to dust this. My maid is on vacation. Hello. Up top here, I have a random Meatloaf cassette. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. No. So starting off the video games, we have Bart's Nightmare and Mortal Kombat 3. And then we have my favorite video game of all time. I swear, it rarely leaves the Super Nintendo. That's how much I love it. And then we have a bunch more Super Nintendo games. We have Street Fighter 2. Hi-ya! We have Mortal Kombat. Final Fight. Super Mario All-Stars. Another one of my favorite games. We have Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, and one of the hardest games ever, The Lion King. Another really hard game, Toy Story, and kind of banged up shape there. Only option. We have Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Give my love to the princesses. Who? You'll see. Hey! Seen The Exorcist but 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every time I see it. One of my all-time favorites here. No question. Actually, all of these are. Hey, bud. Love Fast Times. We have The Thing, the best horror film ever made. Just gives you everything you want, and more. Fucking love this movie so much. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We have Ernest Scared Stupid, one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies, and probably my favorite Ernest movie. That and Goes to Jail are about tied for me, though. Then we got Simpsons Trick or Treehouse. This has Treehouse of Horror 3 and 5, two of the best episodes of the entire series. We have Clockwork Orange. And as you'll see, most of my VHSs I own are like my favorite movies. Ghostly Tales, Are You Afraid of the Dark, RoboCop, love this movie. We have the Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Unfortunately, this is the Video Treasures version, but yay, nonetheless got on VHS, which is cool. And then this is the actual media tape of Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which is pretty fucking sweet. And then we have Little Monsters, which I was really happy to find this at a thrift store, I think, one day. Not in the best shape, but honestly, I'm just happy to have it. One of my all-time favorite childhood films right there. We have Akira. I actually had 2 VHSs of this, but I sold one just because this was the cooler one, and I wanted to keep one, but I didn't necessarily need to. We have the awesome Columbia Pictures VHS of Ghostbusters here. And then just as awesome, we have Ghostbusters 2. For a while, the sealed copy of this was going for some big bucks, some serious dough. We have Halloween. This is really cool. This was actually one of the first ways I watched this movie. I had this same copy as a kid, and this is how I watched it for the first time. Then we have The Fly, another one of my all-time favorite movies. It is just still iconic to this day and possibly the grossest movie ever made. I mean, there's so many grosser movies that aren't as good, but that movie knows how to be gross and quality at the same time. We have Goodfellas. I mean, what can you say about this movie? It hasn't already been said. It's just an immortal classic. Funny how? My clown? I go amuse you? How the fuck am I so fucking funny, huh? We have Stop Making Sense, the most underrated comedy of all time. I had like 5 copies of this movie at one point. I think now I just have the VHS and the Blu-ray. But oh my god, guys, this movie is so underrated, so fucking funny. Definitely check this out if you have not seen it. Phantasm, the first. Only one I've seen, actually. Brandon Lee's The Crow, classic. This is really cool. Lenticular Frighteners. Yeah, probably one of my favorite VHS covers right there. Classic, the original Alien, the OG, the one that started it all. Still need to check out the new TV show that just dropped. Really excited for that. And then we have Aliens, probably like one of my favorite simple covers that didn't really need to do much. This is a random one. We have Willard VHS, found this for $1. I'm a huge Crispin Glover fan. We have Christine, this nice little Columbia full-sided box here. Love this movie. Then we have Addams Family and Addams Family Values. I actually just started rewatching Wednesday to catch up with the second season, and I have fun with that show. I mean, I think this is my favorite Addams Family. I think that's my favorite Addams Family anything. We got some M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. We have The Sixth Sense, arguably his best film. I love it, but my favorite is Signs. So much nostalgia with this film, and I think I said in my last video, I saw this at too young of an age. Saw this in theaters at like 4 or 5 years old. Terrified me. And then we have Unbreakable, which is one of those most underrated, I think. Dead Poet Society, speaking of great endings. This movie's so sad, but so uplifting at the same time. Happy Gilmore, try to forget that it has a sequel. I'm one of the haters, I'm sorry. I really didn't like the sequel. We have Spider-Man and Twilight Zone the movie. Classic John Carpenter's The Fog. Pet Sematary. Love this movie. Never get out of bed again. Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. Teen Wolf 2. The original Teen Wolf. Predator, get the chopper, get to the chopper. Do it now, kill me, I'm not here. We have Videodrome. I love Cronenberg. This is one of my favorites of his. I haven't seen it in a long time, though. Chud. Actually, I've only seen this on VHS, I believe. That's a fun one. Got a good cast, too. Plus 2 people that were in Home Alone, Daniel Stern and John Hurd. And then we have Jason Takes Manhattan. The Lost Boys. They're only noodles, Michael. Barton Fink. One of my favorite Coen Brothers movies. Robin Williams. Live and Uncensored. Really cool. Evil Dead 2. The original Evil Dead. It's a really cool copy there. These are all taking up so much room. We have Beavis and Butthead Do America. Wow, cool. Misery. One of my all-time favorites. And then South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. All right, now let's make them disappear. Oh. All right, on to the second shelf here. As you guys can tell, I'm a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. This VHS has seen better days for sure. Shut up, Athwhite. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead, The Final Judgment. Beavis and Butthead, check some stuff. Yeah, that's probably my favorite cover. Beavis and Butthead Hard Cash. Innocence Lost. And then we got some Aladdin, the animated series, which I believe is the only way you can actually get the series. We have Aladdin, Arabian Ventures, Team Genie. Then this is the Creatures of Invention, Magic Makers. And then we have, another Beavis and Butthead. Sorry about that, guys. Do Christmas. The Flintstones Meet the Jetsons, Simpsons. And we have some Rocko's Modern Life. This is probably one of my rarest kids tapes here. Great cover on that one. We have Screwball Classics, which this is the VHS that Stanley Ipkiss is watching in The Mask. Really cool there. We have Revenge of the Nerds, 80s classic right here. It didn't age the best, and a lot of people say it's problematic, but, you know, it's just so many movies that came out this time, you know, the sex comedies in general. Some work more than others, but I think this movie is still great, even if it has some jokes that didn't age the best. And then we have UFOs and the Alien Presence. I've actually never seen this. I just thought it looked really cool. And then we have the X-Files. A couple episodes in there. Amazing show. Oh, that's actually an episode I've seen. That's a great episode. All right. And we have Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip. We have The Exorcist. I thought it was sealed for a second. That's really cool, though. Then we have Blow. Then we have The Shining. The Wizard of Oz, my favorite artwork that they've put out on VHS. The Heavenly Kid. Little Darlings, which finally is on 4K now, and I have it, as you see in my last video. This is such a good coming-of-age summer camp movie. And then we have a rare VHS here. We have Bottle Rocket. And then we have Menace to Society. All right. Now we're into another pile. We have American Werewolf in London. Another X-Files tape. Got a couple other great episodes on there. And another X-Files. We have Fight Club, but we don't talk about this one very often. The Great Outdoors VHS. You know me. If you know me well, you know I'm obsessed with John Candy, so you're going to see a few John Candy tapes in here. House on Haunted Hill. William Castle. Classic. Really cool VHS. Very shiny. A what? Once Bitten. Used to watch this movie all the time as a kid. Honestly, an underrated Jim Carrey vehicle. I mean, this was before he became a household name, when he was just getting the work that he could do. This is before they gave him a lot to do in his movies. But for that being said, they still give him more to do in this than they do in like any of his other unknown comedies of the 80s. Timon and Pumbaa's Wild Adventures. Hostage for a Day, which is the only movie that John Candy's directed. And apparently he's in it. I don't think he's in very much of it, though. And Batman Beyond, Disappearing what? Ink? Oh, Disappearing Ink. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Willy Wonka. Okay. We have Caddyshack. I should have yelled 2. And we have Man of the House, which is just a fun childhood romp with Chevy Chase. This is a stupid movie, but it's fun. Oh, Jesus Christ, and it's broken. We got European Vacation, Vegas Vacation, and Christmas Vacation. We have Joyride and this really cool white tape here. I love this movie. Final Destination, Stand By Me, E.T., The Extra Testicle again. I think this is the first print, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, no, 88. Maybe not. Still pretty old, though. And then we have Jurassic Park. There it is. Dracula. And Frankenstein. I really love these old Universal VHSs. Just so cool. All right, let's put them back in. All right, they're magically back in there. All right, starting off with one of my favorite cartoons, and in my opinion, the best Batman anything, and that is Batman, the animated series. We have Batman, and we have the Joker, Two-Face, we have the Riddler, we have some Ren and Stimpy, Happy, Joy. Such a adult cartoon made for kids. It's after a while they just stopped showing it on Nickelodeon because of how how fucked up it is. It's such a crazy show. I love it though. So imaginative, and just so like such great raw animation that John K, the creator, apparently was like very strict and was like, if you give me a face I've seen them make before, I'm rejecting it. I want every expression to be new. Is insane. Then we have SpongeBob. Who you calling Pinhead? We have Sea Stories. And a party till you're purple. Okay, we have the Laugh Your Pants Off, Sponge-O-Rama. Gotta ride the eels. Sponge Buddies. Cannon, rip my pants. Yeah, I love SpongeBob. Grew up with it. The first 3 seasons, I think, are genius comedy, and then after that, it just went downhill. All right. Heroes in a Half Shell. Turtle Power. We have a nice little stack of turtle tapes here. Honestly, wasn't like totally into the Turtles other than like the live action movie, the original, as a kid, but I've gotten into them lately more than I used to. We have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles music videos, and then we have Sky Turtles. I guess I should have turned all these up. Donatello's Degree. I just love these classic VHSs. It's just such cool artwork. Turtles versus Leatherhead. Turtles at the Earth's Core. We have Heavy Metal randomly. We have Turtles Case of the Killer Pizzas. Turtles Cowabunga Shredhead. And Attack of the Big Mac. It's gonna be every time I go to McDonald's. And then we have one of my all-time favorite movies, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Oh. Apparently Video Treasures is like a really bad label. That's what I've heard, but I don't know. I mean these. And then we got Camp Nowhere. Used to watch the shit out of this movie as a kid. And as a kid, I mean like 12 years old. Always been a sucker for summer camp movies. Then we have Earth Girls Are Easy. Another one I watched the hell out of as a kid. And this is just one of those movies you can't make up. Like it's just crazy that it exists. You know, Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, all are aliens from another planet. And yeah, it's just another very dated 80s movie that I love. Harry and the Hendersons, based in my hometown. Well, it's based in Washington, and some parts are like downtown Seattle, some parts are other parts of the area. But yeah, always loved this movie as a kid. Oh, God, there's fucking dust everywhere. Here we have The 9 Lives of Fritz the Cat. I actually have The Real Ghostbusters. I need more of these tapes. These are so fucking hard to find. The original Star Wars before it got the New Hope smacked on, and it's gone. And we have Dazed and Confused. Follow That Turd. I actually like that movie. Don't get me wrong. Pokemon I Got You Pikachu, or I Choose You Pikachu. Then we have Pokemon Poke Friends. Fairy Tales. And we have Jetson Christmas Carol and Save Christmas. Flintstone Saves Christmas. Another Christmas, we have Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. And from what you see in my last video, I'm obsessed with Christmas Carol. So I have every copy, basically, every version. Jack Frost. Bushwhacked. Up the Creek. Got the Flintstones meets Samantha. Ernest Goes to School. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. We have another X-Files, which two of my favorite episodes here is Squeeze and Tombs. And we have more Flintstones Wacky Inventions. We got some more Christmas by Jug Band, Emmett Otter. Dudes, which is a decent punk movie, a young flea in there. And then Modern Problems, another Chevy Chase comedy that I had to own. This one's a little bit more hard to find. Haven't seen this one in a long time. All right. Speaking of offensive 80s comedies, we have Screwballs. which there were some fun moments, but when it comes to the sex comedies of the 80s, it's not one of my favorites, but nonetheless, very cool VHS. Then we have The Land Before Time, The Last Unicorn, The Last Unicorn. Then we have Ruthless People, which I believe, what was this guy's name? Oh, man. I know he's like kind of a well-known claymation guy. I can't remember. Fan of the Opera. This is really cool. The Addams Family cartoon. The original Frankenweenie. Some really cool cartoon classics here. This has the classic cartoon Trick or Treat, which is probably my favorite Disney short. We have Watership Down, Nothing But Trouble, and Mom and Dad Save the World. All right, let's make these all go right back. And like that, they're back. All right, last little shelf over here. Okay, so we have Doug Christmas, Rugrats Easter, Rugrats Hanukkah, Darkwing Duck, Rugrats Ducky in Diapers. We have another copy of that glorious Wizard of Oz artwork. We have Bugs and Daffy, the wartime cartoons. Leslie Nielsen, The Savage Garden. We got Moving, and then we have Scooby-Doo Spookiest Tales. Okay, this next stack is purely just two shows, and that is, first off, we have Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Thanksgiving. Then we have Nightmare on Seville Street. This is probably my favorite tape out of the lot. Just loved watching these as a kid. I was obsessed with the Chipmunk Adventure as a kid. I still love that movie. We have Kong, and then School's Out for the Summer, and then we have Funny I Shrunk the Adults. Then we get into the dinosaur tapes, and I found these at Valley Village one day. So we got, definitely some of them seem better shape, but they're still really cool. We have dinosaurs, another tape. We have another dinosaurs. This one, not the mama. Got another one. And another one, which you can tell that the baby was the most popular character because he's on every fucking cover. All right, we got Back to the Future. Marty! One of the greatest films ever made. I don't think that's arguable. Back to the Future 2. Let's make like a tree and leave you, idiot. Back to the Future 3. Eyes Wide Shut, my favorite Stanley Kubrick film. We got Tasmania, Tasmanimals. Got Half Baked, which is really cool. It's got two different covers. We have Animal House. Ernest Goes to Camp. Mrs. Doubtfire. Full Metal Jacket. Bob, cock-a-doodle-doo. I love this movie. We have Uncle Buck. All right, and then we're getting into some more random stuff. We have The Land of Far Away, True Stories, Howard the Fuck, Son-in-Law, Steven Tyler PJs, Stripes. Got some Goofy there, some Donald, another copy of Moving, Back to School. Chat with my dad like at least twice a year. Then we got Sebastian's Caribbean Jamboree. I just couldn't pass it up. It just looked too 90s. So yeah, really cool. And then we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Starman. All right, science fiction. Ooh. Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I actually forgot I had this on VHS. Secret of Nim. Have Airplane. So happy that the new Naked Gun was actually pretty good. Felt like a classic Zucker Brothers comedy. We have Dutch, one of my favorite movies to watch during Thanksgiving. This movie's super slept on. If you haven't seen Dutch, it's like a mix between Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Uncle Buck, which makes sense because John Hughes wrote it and produced it. So, Power Rangers Christmas special. I'm not even a big Power Rangers fan, guys. I just have a couple of the tapes. Harold and Maude, Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke. This was like one of my favorite covers as a kid. Some John Belushi here. Please. I think they just celebrated the anniversary of this movie. It's still undefeated when it comes to mixing animation and live action. It undefeated. My favorite comedy of all time, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Those aren't pillows. We have Blank Check and Blazing Saddles. Whoa. Yeah, no, I love this movie. Possibly my favorite Mel Brooks movie, honestly. All right, and moving along to more video games. And it's me kind of weird because I'm going to show off these video games, and then I actually have more VHS to show you guys, believe it or not. We have Sonic, the classic Mega Collection. We have Luigi's Mansion, Mario, AVP2, or ATV2, Star Wars, Lego Star Wars video game. We have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, Mario Kart Double Dash, Simpsons Hit and Run, don't look at the price tag. We have Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. We have a really awesome little arcade collection here. And then Mario Tennis. Yeah, the GameCube's probably my favorite console. It's just unmatched. I just love the startup screen. It has some of my favorite games growing up. I still think Mario Kart Double Dash is the best GameCube game and the best Mario Kart game ever made. I will take that to my grave. Console, which is very dusty. Don't hate me, guys. And I know I have stuff stacked around it. I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments, I can already tell. I need to dust off this bad boy and clean it up a bit. I still do love this console, though. A lot of these games are repos, were made by independent sellers, but nonetheless are still really cool to have. 64, which I also enjoy playing. We have Mario Party, Donkey Kong 64, Mario Party 2, Zelda and the Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Super Smash Bros. The original. We have this chewed up sports game that looks like a dog got to it. We have Mario Party 3, NFL Blitz, probably my favorite football game. And we have Star Soldier and this cool little arcade compilation here. And then I figured I'd show off my Game Boy Color that I still have. Pretty cool. And then it has Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And then even though I don't have a PS2, I just couldn't pass this up when I saw it, and that is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Just in case I ever get one, you know. It's just cool to have. You like VHS tapes, honey? Right, and then over here I have the Last of Sheila VHS, which I think I showed in my last video, which is really cool to have. I've been looking for that forever. We have my plank from Ed and Eddie up here, which is really cool. I actually forgot I still had that. And then we have my clamshell VHSs that I kept. Alright guys, I hope you know I love you all because I just fucking took all of these VHSs out of my closet. I was going to be like, I'm kind of lazy, I'm not going to go through all these in the closet, but I was like, oh, I can't do that. So I brought them all out for you. These are some of my favorite VHSs and clamshells. I just don't really have a lot of room for over there, so I have them in my closet. But I can usually access them fairly well. But anyway, let's get into the clamshells. I could do a separate video just on this shit alone. All right. You shall not pass. We got The Hobbit, The Lord of the Cocks. The Lord of the G-String. The Lord of the Rings. Got Return of the King, Gremlins. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I fucking love this movie so much. All right, we got The Wizard of Oz, the classic. We have The Chipmunk Adventure, which is my favorite Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. Just can't get enough of this movie. It's just so much fun. Just a portal back into my childhood. All right, Dark Crystal. This movie freaked me out as a kid. Even looking at the cover freaked me out as a kid. I just love it. And if you have not seen the series, it's really good too. We have Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. It's my favorite Scooby-Doo movie. We have Witch's Ghost and Alien Invaders. Got Mac and Me. Some people prefer this over E.T. And why not? You know, it's just basically a long McDonald's commercial with this little fucker. Butthole Mouth McGee. Spirited Away. Love these movies. It's probably my favorite artwork. Beware, you're in for a scare. Oh my god. Talk about childhood nostalgia. Love the Goosebumps movies. Love the books as a kid too. Welcome to Dead House. Stay out of the basement. My favorite tape here. One of my all-time favorite episodes. And honestly, I just love the green tape on this one. And then The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Yes. Got some Ewoks. Didi, get out of my laboratory. I love me some Dexter's Lab. And honestly, this is a really underrated movie. And then we got Powerpuff Girls Dream Scheme. Powerpuff Girls Twisted Sister, Powerpuff Girls Birthday Bash, and Powerpuff Girls Bubble Vicious. That's a great episode. We have the Beatles Yellow Submarine. This movie was nightmare fuel for me as a kid. Oh my god, it freaked me out. Love the Beatles. I actually didn't know for the longest time that they didn't actually voice the Beatles in the movie. What is that, some pubic hair on the corner? We got Twilight Zone, one of my all-time favorite shows. Just classic. So many different movies and TV shows have been inspired by this. Were made from short stories and famous tales and folklore. Just pure storytelling. And honestly, Twilight Zone is so underrated in a lot of ways because I feel like there's so many people out there that would love this show if they actually got into it. But, you know, I think being older and black and white kind of turns some people off. But it is so amazing, and I can't get enough of it. And that's why we have more Twilight Zone right here. The old case, which is really cool. Pretty deluxe for back in the day. Guys! Classic Goonies. But you guys remember those old commercials, those old Disney VHS commercials with the Masterpiece collection? Complete the whole collection kind of deal. Well, I did years later. I used to have some of these as a kid, but then we got rid of a lot of our VHS. And then just one day, I think it was during like the peak of quarantine, COVID. Sorry, excuse me. I just had to complete the whole collection again. So found them for like 50 cents a pop, most of them. And let's get into them, guys. All right, starting off strong. I forgot to show this earlier. So we got Goofy Movie. And then we got Aristocats. And we got Oliver and Company. Then we got, whoa. Oh, woo. I don't know what happened there. And we got Pete's Dragon. So Dear to My Heart. The Rescuers. Three Caballeros. Sword in the Stone. The Black Cauldron. Love this movie as a kid. Oh my gosh. We got Pocahontas. And one of my favorites, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. All right, then we got The Lion King. Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me. We have Ichabod and Mr. Toad, one of my all-time favorites. Cinderella, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, The Little Mermaid, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, and Hercules, and Mary Poppins. All right, then we got, this one smells a little pissy. All right, we got Peter Pan, Bambi, Mulan, Melody Time, Alice in Wonderland, Fun and a Fancy Free, We got 101 Dalmatians, my all-time favorite Disney movie. We have The Jungle Book. Little John and Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest. We got Dumbo. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Oh, chicka. All right, and closing off strong, we're closing off with my sealed VHSs. We got Angel, which is partially sealed. A little bit torn open there. We got Barton Fink. As you saw, I have a couple copies of this movie. Just love it so much. When I saw it sealed, had to grab it. We have Goofy. Got The Last Waltz. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, an immortal classic. Can't get enough of this film. It's just so fucking good. I'll be a Huckleberry. Tombstone. Michael! We have Indiana Jones, Last Crusade. Big Top Pee-wee. Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is one of my favorite sealed tapes. Silence of the Lambs. Now this one might be a reseal. Let me know in the comments what you think. And it does say Warner Bros. Home Video, but I can't tell if it's on the plastic or the tape itself. So, can't tell. It's not in the best condition sealed. It looks like a resale to me, but I can't tell, guys. Help me out. And we have another Sleepy Hollow here. We got Deliverance. Squeal like a pig, boy. We got Rebel Without a Cause. Heathers. One of my favorite sealed VHSs here, we have American Psycho, which you can tell that's real because of the watermarks. We got Rebecca, one of my favorite Alfred Hitchcock films. Secret Life, or not, I almost said Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Being There. It's because the DVD for the original one's in here, which I forgot that was in there. Then we got Vacation. Roll 'em up. Mighty Python and the Holy Grail. Probably my rarest tape, and that is 3 O'Clock High. And then we got a couple more Disneys. Some of the ones I already showed, but this is the sealed version. So we have Fantasia, Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty sealed. You never know when these are going to go up in value, guys. So, anyways, I'm going to put all this shit away, and thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great rest of your night, and as always,